coin.
Hey there, YouTube coin community. It's Dustin with CoinOp, and today we're going to take a look at part 2 of my Kennedy half-dollar variety video series. This time we are going to be taking a look at the silver-clad Kennedy half dollars, so 1965 through 1970. So let's dive right on in. Okay, today we are going to get back into the Kennedy half dollars. We're going to start this off in the PCGS price guide. We're over here in the PCGS price guide. If we were to scroll down to the bottom, you'll see Kennedy half dollars under half dollar. We're going to click on Kennedy half dollars. So we are going to go by PCGS's values and what they have listed for varieties. Now, if you're looking at a date, we've already done the 1964s. There is a prior video dealing with the 1964 varieties because there are a lot of them. So if you would like to see that, we'll definitely post a link to it. But if you're looking at the various years and you see a little plus next to the year, that means they have varieties for it. So click on that plus. So like 1965, they have the double die reverse FS802 listed. For 1966, they have the double die obverse FS101. 1967, they've got 3 different double dies. 2 of them obverses, 1 of them a reverse. 1968D, they have the triple die obverse. So in today's video, I believe we are going to take a look at the rest of these wonderful silver varieties. And then we're going to follow this up with one more video that is going to show you the more modern varieties that you can find while you are looking through your Kennedy half dollars. And there's a bunch of things to look for in the Kennedy half dollars. There's lots of stuff to look for. There's no FGs, there's double dies, there's repunched mint marks. There are some beautiful, beautiful varieties for you to look for just in your Kennedy half dollars. So for those of you that stack silver, let's get your silver clad ones out, your 1965 through 1970 Ds. And we are going to focus on 1965, 1966, 1967, and 1968D in this video. We are also going to use Variety Vista. This is a great resource. So if you were to head over to Variety Vista, just scroll down into their free online ebooks, go to Kennedy Halves, click on it, and we are going to be using the double die listings, the DDR listings, down at the bottom right here on the page. Now there's a lot. I strongly encourage you to come over here, read the design varieties, the mint mark styles, just check out all the different stuff that they have listed over here. They really went above and beyond putting together a fantastic reference website over here on Variety Vista. So we are going to start this off by taking a look at the 1965 double die reverse, listed as FS802. So we're going to come down here to double die listing, double die reverse listings, 1965. And we are going to go to the FS802. There's the FS801. And underneath of it is the FS802. This one, Variety Vista has listed as double die reverse 004. So that's the 4th double die that they have listed. And if you look, they have 9 different double die reverses that you can look for listed. So we're going to click on the FS801. Now on this one, you are going to want to take a look at the stars. You can definitely see splits in the stars. Very strong on the stars. Now on this one, in my opinion, the doubling on this one is kind of minor. But this one is listed, so you want to pay attention. For me, at least, the pickup points would be the stars. You can see splits on the stars. That's what I like to look for. You can clearly see it on the stars. You can see line separation and splits. Oh, there you go. Nice double die for you. Double die reverse. Now, if you do happen to find one of these double die reverses listed as FS802, circulated examples trade for a few bucks upwards, about 40 bucks. In uncirculated condition, they trade for around $90, upwards of $3,500. It's a nice value right there. I'd like to own that. All right, we are going to take a look at the 1966 double die obverse. Now, this one's listed as FS 101, so we are going to back out of here. We are going to go down to double die obverse listings, and we're going to go to 1966. And there's the FS 101. Now, this one, I have found one of these searching before. This is a beautiful double die, very strong doubling on Kennedy's profile. You can see it up on his nose, on his nostrils. You can see doubling in his eye. You can see it up on his hair. You can see it down here on his mouth, along his chin, down his neck. Now, you're going to see it strong on In God We Trust as well. So if you're looking at In God We Trust, you are going to see clear splits. You're going to see line separation on the W, on the E, on God, on Trust. You're going to see it all over. And then down on the date, it's going to be a much more minor, but you can see it. Here it is inside the 6. You can see it inside the 6. Oh, they've got a nice close-up of the T in Trust. Now, there is a die scratch that runs through the first T in Trust, and that's a good die marker, but I do like the close-up that they have there. You can really see the doubling on it. So this is a beautiful double die obverse. Very strong doubling on his profile. Now, they don't really show it on here. The other spot that you can see it is up on his ear. If you were to take a look at his ear, you're going to see strong doubling on the backside of his ear as well. I wish they kind of showed that here, but they don't have any images of that. Like I said, I found one of these ones before. So that 1966 double die obverse listed as FS 101. Circulated examples, they trade for a few bucks, upwards of about 40, 50 bucks. While uncirculated examples, they trade for around $65 all the way up to $1,250. The example that I had found was a nice uncirculated example right in this range. All right, we're going to take a look at the 1967 double die obverse. Now, the first one that we're going to take a look at is listed as FS 102. Then we are going to take a look at the FS 103. And then there's a double die reverse that we're going to take a look at. But first, let's look at these double die obverses. We need to go to 1967. 103, 101, 102. Okay, so PCGS lists the 102 and the 103. So we're going to start with the 102. Now this one, Variety Vista, this is their 7th double die listing. There are a lot of different double dies. Variety Vista has 17 different double dies listed for 1967 Kennedy half dollars that you can search for. So we're going to click on the 1967 FS 102. Now, if you were taking a look at this one, you can see doubling all over the coin. It's a little bit more minor on Liberty and things along those lines, but you can see a little bit of splits on some of the lettering down on the bottom of the L, bottom of the I. But you're going to want to focus more on In God We Trust. And you can also see doubling, I didn't show you this, right there in the top of the upper hair. But you can see it on In God We Trust. It's kind of strong on In God We Trust. You can see line separation. You can see the splits. Splits there, the T, the W. There's the Trust. And you can also see it on the date. You see it down on the bottom of the date. You can find it up on, you can find it on all of the numbers on the date. Now, this is another one that I have found coin searching. Now, if you do happen to find the FS 102, the 1967 FS 102, let's click on this one. Get a better judge of values here. Okay, it looks like circulated examples start out at around 20 bucks. And they go all the way up to around $150, while uncirculated examples they start out at around they start out at around $285. Wow. And they go up to $2,700, and that's only for an MS64. That looks like the highest graded example PCGS has is an MS64, at least values for it. And that goes up to $2,700. So I strongly suggest looking for that one. That seems to be a very valuable double die. Now we're going to take a look at the 1967 FS103. And that one is the first listing. Now this one is a nice strong one. This one you can see it all over the coin. If you look at the bottom of the L, you can see it kicked out. Same with the I. You can see it on the B. You can see splits on the T. You can even see it right here in the hair up by the R. You can see it underneath the E. On the top of the Y. Bottom of the Y. Strong doubling in the top of the upper hair. And then if you take a look at In God We Trust, now look at the word in. It's not that strong on in, but by the time you get to God, it is very strong. Clear line separation, nice splits, strong double die. You can see it clear as day on In Trust. And it's much weaker, but you can see it on the date as well. Now, if you do happen to find one of these ones, looks like, again, they start at around $20. And they trade upwards of about $75 for a circulated example, while uncirculated examples, they trade anywhere from about $110 up to $650. And again, that's only for an MS64 example. So that's, again, another valuable one to look for. I do suggest getting out your silver half dollars and looking for that one. Now we're going to move on to the 1967 double die reverse that they have listed here. So we got to go over to the double die reverse listings into 1967. And right there is the FS801. So PCGS has the FS801 listed. They do not have circulated example values, but uncirculated examples, they start out at $85, and these ones will trade upwards around $325. Let's take a look at that one. Now, again, I always, when I'm looking at these, focus right on the stars, and right off the bat, I can already see splits on the stars. So again, just pay attention to the stars. You're going to see it the strongest on the stars. It's very minor on United States of America, but you can see it. But I would focus more on the stars. You can see it right here, the eagle's claw. Down on dollar, you can see it pretty well. And there you go. Okay, we are going to move on to the last one that we're going to take a look at in this video, and we're going to take a look at the 1968 triple die obverse. This one's listed as FS101. So let's back out of this. Right there's the FS101. Now for the FS101, this is a triple die obverse. You can see it on the L, you can see it on the I, you can see it on the B. Looks like it's going to be strongest on In God We Trust. So I would strongly suggest taking a look at In God We Trust. I can see nice line separation, splits up on the top of the letters. And you can see very heavy thickness down on the date as well. Now, if you do happen to find one of these uncirculated examples, they start out at around $50. They trade upwards of $550. So there you go. There are some beautiful varieties in your silver half dollars. So with the clad silver half dollars, I showed you some beautiful double dies, double die reverses, and triple dies. So there you go. All right, everybody, just a heads up. The 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition will be held Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Now, they are running an early bird special Thursday, July 16th from 3 to 7 for $40. It's an excellent price. Now, that is at the Sharonville Convention Center, so if you'd like to meet CoinOp, you want to go out to a coin show, this would be an excellent opportunity. We will be there. Robert Lawson, Florida, myself, we will be out there. So make your reservations now. Start booking Friday, July 17th and Saturday, July 18th, the 37th Annual Greater Cincinnati Numismatic Exposition. Well, everyone, we definitely hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on that thumbs up button. If you're not yet subscribed to our channel, click on that subscribe button. And while you are at it, click on the notification bell. That way you get notified immediately when we upload new content. Well, everyone, until next time, have fun.